Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to show you how to safe spot and kill the wilderness boss Vetion, and you can get some pretty decent loot from him as well as XP per hour, so let's get into it. I'd recommend some decent combat stats for damaging Vetion, as well as at least 43 prayer so you can use protect from melee spell. Okay, so now let's take a look at our gear setup here that we're using. The best weapon to use is a Vigor's chain mace, but you can also use other crush weapons like a hasta or a cudgel or something, but the chain mace is the best weapon. Basically, you fill it with Revenant Ether, and then it does 50% more damage and accuracy in the wild. So the way that would work is you need to add 1,000 at first just to charge it, and then whatever you add after that is like the real charges. So if it's completely uncharged and you add 1,300 Ether, it would have 300 charges, and I'd recommend between 300 to 400 charges when you go for a trip. Can be a little risky though, because if you do die with the chain mace, all the charges fall out of it, so it's a couple 100k risk there to bring it along. But I'm going to show you some ways to be safe too and get away from BKers while you're out there. Now, in terms of the rest of the gear, this is my preferred setup. I like the Dwarven Helmet and the Mythical Cape for Crush bonus. Salve Amulet, Enchanted. You don't need the Imbued one because we are using melee. Arata's Blessing. I like Black D'hide Body and Chaps because they give you good defense and magic defense. I don't bring the Monk Robes or Proselyte because we're going to use Prey Flicking, which will conserve a ton of prayer, and I can get by pretty well with just 3 super restores. Also, Dragon Defender with an Ornament Kit that I protect on death, Barrow's Gloves, Climbing Boots, and a Berserker Ring. So you can make some slight changes, but generally you're going to want just a good crush bonus and some nice armor. Alright, so let's take a look at the inventory and talk about what we have here. So first, just a Super Combat Potion or Divine, either are good options. And then I bring 3 Ceradomin Brews in case I need to heal from PKers. I don't really use them for the boss. 2-dose Stamina Potion. I use 1 dose running to the boss and 1 dose in case I need to run from PKers. 3 Super Restores does pretty well. Royal Seed Pod for level 30 Wild Teleport, or you could use like a Ring of Wealth or other Dragonstone jewelry. Slayer Ring works too. A Teleport to House so that I can recharge my stats and then use the jewelry box to go to the Corp Cave. Looting Bag. And now Imp in a Box is really handy. I'll include a short video here about how to get these. It takes 71 Hunter, but it lets you teleport items as long as you're below 30 wilderness or in 30 wilderness. So if I use like a shark on this, it would go straight to my bank. So that's really handy if like it's the first kill of the trip and you get a good item that you want to bank. You can bank it and you don't have to worry about losing it, and you can continue the trip. Then I just have food, and these 3 items are pretty interesting. We're going to use these in case we need to escape PKers. So let me demonstrate. They basically all give negative crush bonus. So in the event that you're getting PK'd, you want to equip all of these and then take off your cape and Barrow's gloves. And that gives us a crush bonus that is more than negative 64. So what that means is if we went to attack something, we could box it and never have to worry about doing any damage. And then we could either, X-log or just wait for a teleblock to wear off and teleport away. I'll get more into that later. The best area to catch these imps is right outside of Nightmare Zone. There's a lot of different imp spawns here. And you can buy a magic box off the GE and put beads into it for bait. And a good thing to do is kill imps and find out where their spawn is. So this imp spawns right about here, so you can kill it and it'll get closer. Okay, now before we go further, I'm just going to give you some other settings and precautionary things. One is go to your settings and make sure you have player attack options set to right click only, so that you don't accidentally click on someone and attack them in the wild and skull. And another thing is, if you're using Runelight, which you should be because it's really good, type in ground markers and enable it, and what that lets you do is shift click and then right click on a tile to mark a tile, and it'll mark that tile. So we're going to use markers to tell where to walk and everything for the safe spot, so go ahead and enable those. Okay, so to get to Vetion, we're going to teleport to the Corp Cave, which you could use a Games Necklace or a house for. Then exit the cave and simply start running north. Okay, now we're at the area where we're going to do the safe spotting of Vetion. He spawns further up this way, but we're going to drag him down here. Now, you want to mark the following tiles like I have marked. This one here next to the stump. This tile at the far left, which is in this little rocky outcrop area. And then these 2 tiles. Now keep in mind that these two tiles are one line below this one. So just take some time, mark those up, and we'll be back. Alright, now another cool thing about this spot right here is that we're actually in 31 wild, so if you walk just right down here by this stump, the first block above the stump is level 30 wilderness, so you could come down here to if you need to bank an item or also just teleport out. So now for your prayers, you'll want to set Protect from Melee, Piety, and Preserve if you're using a regular Super Combat Potion, and we're going to use those to flick when we are killing the boss's skeletal hounds. Vetion has two forms. He starts off as purple, and when we drag him down here and start attacking him, once we get him down to half health, he'll spawn two skeletal hellhounds. They're pretty weak, and we will take those out. We'll continue the kill, and once we get him down to 0 HP, he'll turn orange. And then we basically do the same thing where we attack him, get him down to half health. He'll spawn two more hellhounds, which are a lot stronger. We kill those, and then we kill Vetion for the last time. So I'm going to go show you how to bring him down here and set up the safe spot. Okay, so before I do go get him, I'm going to explain the general gist. We'll walk up here, we'll grab him, and then we'll come back down to this yellow tile. Vetion will follow us. Once he gets close around here, we'll walk to the far left yellow tile, and then he will follow. And you want to make sure you're standing directly on this tile. Vetion will come and he'll get stuck about right here, and then you'll click on him to attack him, and right as you attack him, you click into this yellow square. Then you click on him, you attack him twice, and then you come to this yellow square. Click on him, attack him, then you come into this yellow square, and twice, and so on. So the idea is you just go to this square, hit him once, this square, hit him twice. And once he spawns his hellhounds, you'll want to attack them below this line. If you go up here, he will get unstuck, and you'll have to get him restuck. And then once you're done killing the hellhounds, when you start attacking him again, you want to start off from this left square. Anytime you stop attacking him for, a little period of time, make sure you start off over here so that he does not get unstuck. So I'm going to go grab him and show you a kill. Alright, so now I've got him in the spot here, and for this phase when you're attacking him in the safe spot, you don't need to pray for melee. You can just use Piety and either keep it on or flick it if you want to save some prayer XP here, but we're just going to keep killing him like this, and in another hit or so here, his hellhound spawn. If they get stuck on top of him, you need to move to the left or right to get them unstuck. Just like I mentioned earlier, don't go any further north than those tiles you have marked, or else he will get unstuck, and if you need to restick him, you'll need to go basically back toward that top right yellow square until he moves that way, and then back to that far left yellow square and get him restuck. So that's about that. The rest of the kill isn't too bad. You just keep doing the safe spot method until you get him all the way down, and keep an eye out for PKers. Okay, now for some final things to keep in mind, if the hellhounds are not aggressive when they spawn, you've been there for too long, so you just need to walk south to the bottom of your minimap and walk back up for the next kill, and they should be spawning again. And also, in the event that you cannot damage Vetion at all, that probably means that someone was there and spawned as hellhounds but did not kill them, so you should either hop worlds or go look for the hellhounds and kill them, and then continue the kill. Alright, so there's the kill. Now I'm going to show you some possible things to do in the event of a PKer. If you notice that you're getting PK'd, the first thing you should do is throw on Protect from Magic and come down here and try to teleport. So you should be trying to log out, but if you can't log out for whatever reason, if you start attacking a monster, like I said, equip those items I showed you earlier. Take off the gloves and mythical cape. And you can box a monster continuously without doing any damage to them, and you can sit here, wait for the teleblock to wear off. Now these items are any D'hide shield, an archer helm or a seer's helm works, and either flowers or another fun weapon like, a rubber chicken or something. Thank you for watching my guide. Hopefully it helps, and hopefully you have some good luck at Vetion and have fun. Alright, have a good one.